Hello. Good morning and welcome. Uh, I don't know what I'm doing up at 9 a.m. Like actually doing things at 9 a.m. this week. Yeah, this week I've been like getting out of bed until like 11 o'clock. So seems early. But yeah, we're gonna work on some computer Madoodles, and I named it Madoodles just for Mark and Emily, just to put that brain worm in there. So, hi, folks. It is Saturday morning at 9 a.m. and it's Eastern. It is way too early to be up. That's all I'm saying on a Saturday. But yeah, hi. Joining me, I have Mark. This way, Mark. Below me is Socket Wench, and below Mark is Lily. Um, this is the Veronica Explains Discord stream, I guess, because this is where I know everybody from. So this is great. I'm going to just say hi to folks in the chat. We got Dave of Dave's Vintage Apple Tech, who'll be doing his usual 5 or 6 hour stream. I forget how long it is now. Tomorrow, starting at 11 a.m. Eastern. We have Garth Beagle. We have Big Bad Biologist, Big Bad Bench, who is going to be streaming today at 12 noon. I nearly said 11. Eastern. All these times are in Eastern, by the way, because that's where I am. And I'm just bringing something up here. He is going to be working on a couple of 68030 Macintoshes and a really beautiful SE30 and a somewhat less beautiful Performa 550. So he has his plate full today. We also have Matthew Dropko, and that seems to be it. So, hi, folks. Hello. So, yeah, I got some things that I've been doing some cleaning up. You can actually now walk through here. Ignore the box. That's going to be for packing. And there's peanuts in the box. Well, go to Emily. They might be coming for you. She's not watching, but I think she's probably still in bed. But these are some of the last few items that I picked up at the computer, the Junk Independence Day. And so I want to try to test some of this stuff. I also found a 1 terabyte hard drive that tested and got deleted last night. So, hey, woohoo. So, without further ado, let me change my camera around here on the workbench because I have no idea what it's pointing at. And I forgot to do this before stream, so we're doing it now. We're doing it live. Let's go change my cameras to my workbench. Ta-da! There we go. All right, we're gonna close this out. Make me big. All right, so this is looking wrong. So we're not actually testing the IDE stuff in the floppy until later, because we have this gigabyte motherboard that has some AMD chip in it. It's an AMD FX, is what I can see. It used to have 16 gigs of memory in it, but the 16 gigs went into my test bench because it was all the same memory. So that's what I forgot to do. Look up what the power buttons are. And I also have an issue. I don't have a proper heatsink for it, so we're going to use this one, which is for an LGA 775 processor. But we're just going to stick it on like that, because at least we'll. I think I got a 2 gig stick of memory here. I do. So we're going to put that on the board. It's DDR3 memory. So let's try this. And I need to get a power supply. Okay, I can't use that one, but I'll use that one for later. Because my test power supply only has 4-pin, and this requires 8-pin for the 12-volt. But I do have a modular
Trina,
one.
I'd try it with 4-pin first because it might work. I've done that before.
Well, I have this CX430M Corsair one. That's modular, but I don't know where the rest of the cables are. But it does. Thankfully, the power and the the power cables aren't modular, so I haven't lost those. So I'll just use that because it has it has a 4/8 pin on it, so I can just use that. That's my thought. I can do that if that makes sense.
Speaker bad.
There we go. Okay. Now, I don't know where the front buttons go.
This one's not much better, to be honest.
Oh yeah, and I want to plug in. Primary reason I use funky CPUs, coolers, is because at least I know if the board works, because at least I'll see the fan spin. Ta-da! That's plugged in. All right. I should have done. You know what I realized? I should have looked at the board before I plugged it in. But that would have been too easy. I'm going to assume that is. We're going to do some assuming. Uh-oh. That's going to be interesting.
If you really want to make an ass out of you and me, then that's fine. I mean, you don't usually making an ass out of me, but you know.
Yeah, I know. I never understood that whole saying.
Self-preservation.
Like, yeah. All right. So if you look here, you can see there's. Sorry. There's 4 colors in the back row here. I'm going to assume that's for a speaker because there's 4. But where the power button goes is beyond me. Any guesses? Thoughts? Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Get the PDF, and there's usually a diagram, and those are even color coded. So.
Yeah, I know. What I'm going to do is take a photo of it. We're going to move
before it catches fire.
Yeah, before it catches. No. Because
so you can see what the color coding is before it burns off.
Yeah. All right. There is. Oh, there's no onboard video either on this thing. Okay. Oops. No. Come back. Haha. Okay. So I was right about. So I took a photo, which decided to flip now for some reason. Come on, you.
Oh.
Anyway, I took a photo. It shows where the power button goes. So.
They're easier to read when they're not upside down as well.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, I had it nicely on the side, and it was
magnifying glasses.
Yeah,
well, you have to hold those in place. You can just lay your phone down on the table. It's easier.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, my phone's always somewhere within reach. My magnifying glass is in the other room. So.
Now, fortunately, my magnifying glasses are right here. But it was just easier to take a photo. Perfect. Okay.
You're a vaguely organized person. I'm not.
Sure. What's wrong with that?
I said vaguely. Come on.
Fair enough. All right. Oh, hey, David. Welcome. Hey, Bacchus. Bacchus, if you want, I sent you a link in Madoodle to join. Feel free to do the join thing.
Just in time for the all-you-can-stand buffet at Sizzler.
Bacchus the boss. Let me see here. Green, probably. It's actually the red, by the way, David. Surprisingly enough, yeah. Sorry, I'm just scrolling back up through the chat. I've been
by the way, are the sounds still working?
What's that?
What?
Are the sounds still working?
Yeah, super loud.
A little on the loud side.
Needs to come down at least 25%.
Yeah. All right, so we are going to put in
It turns out I had in the StreamYard settings, I've pushed it on 200%, and it doesn't. It only says how much percent you've got it on when you hover over it. And since I just dragged the slider to the right, you know, UI design. Somehow people still get it wrong.
So I have a GeForce GT 1030 that I've actually I have up for sale right now. The reason I'm going to use, I know the card works. So there's two reasons I'm using this. A, I know the card works, and B, it doesn't require any extra power. And I don't have, with this power supply, I don't have any extra power. So, because I don't know where the rest of the modular cables are for it. So, see, you were saying I was organized earlier. I don't know where any of the extra power cables are for this thing. Because there's the power supply back there. And all I have is power and the power and for the 20/24 and 4/8. Okay, so we got a video card in. Do you know what'd be handy? A video cable. Again, not organized this morning. I need to get that shipped out too. Although I know where it is. So. Okay, we're gonna plug in a DVI cable. Look at this, it's coming up like Jaws. Dun 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 dun. Yes, it's early in the morning and my brain is weird. Ask me how I know.
Don't worry, you'll be fine.
How does that have anything to do with it being first thing in the morning?
Well, listen, you smarty pants.
Looks like this repair actually.
Friends!
It's not actually breaking.
Nice.
Yeah.
What are you repairing, by the way, Socket Winch?
So this is a motor. This is the B motor mount for a Voron Zero, and this little stock here is so bloody thin that it actually can snap off if you don't have your layers just right. And of course, because my printers are all built out of garbage, this one did snap, and I don't want to reprint for 4 hours just to try it again. But it's all ABS. Neat thing about ABS, if you put acetone on it, you can solvent weld the pieces together.
Yeah.
So that's pretty solid now. It's discolored, but it's going to be in the back. No one's going to ever see it, except all you people. I'm sure that you'll all be sworn to secrecy over my mistake.
Don't worry, we won't tell anybody that isn't watching. Already on YouTube.
All right, so let's go through this. We have, because there's no onboard video, so we have a video card plugged in. We got the DVI cable plugged into it. I got a keyboard, a Microsoft keyboard plugged in. We have just a heatsink sitting on top of the CPU because it's completely the wrong heatsink. This is for an LGA 775 Intel, and it's an AMD processor. But I don't have, I might actually, but anyway. It's enough that I can turn it on, make sure we can get into the BIOS, and then turn it off. That's all I want to do. Just make sure it works at this point. So, should we try this? Oh, and John, if you're still watching, is this janky enough for you? Is my setup janky enough for you?
Not enough jank.
I know. If you want to see more jank, tune into Big Bad Biologist, Big Bad Bench's stream at 12 noon today, and you will not be disappointed, I am sure. Oh, just hold on. I'm getting a message on Discord while I'm here.
It might have been me telling you to let me in about 40 minutes ago.
Here we go. John said not even close. And hello, Mahal, I'm going to say. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong.
Mihal, I think. That might be Irish.
Might be. All right, let's try this.
Perhaps Mikhail?
They could be, yeah. Let's give this a try. Ready, 3, 2, 1.
Smoke test.
Nothing. Is my power supply on? I can't
You
see.
did put the power supply into the power strip, didn't you,
Sound
Trina?
effect interjection.
Oh,
You
I
need
know why. The power supply's off. Let's try turning the power supply on. There we go. I knew I was forgetting something. It's because I went and paused and asked John a question. It's all Big Bad Biologist's fault. All right,
Trina,
let's try this
we
again.
need more power.
Yeah, right. 3, 2, 1. Hey, we got a fan spin. Do we get a boop
Where's
boop?
that go?
Hey, we got a beep. And
Beep.
we got a white light. Shows DVI. There we go. I was trying to load the operating system, and it just shut off. Probably
But it's not
overheated.
there.
But at least we got it to post. To beep. So, yay? Oh, should I try to find a heatsink for this? A proper heatsink for this?
just a thought, Trina. I once had an i7 with a broken memory controller, and you could actually start into the BIOS, but not into an operating system. So I wouldn't call it there.
Well, I know what the issue is. It's probably the CPU got stupidly hot because this is not the right heatsink for it.
Did you put any thermal paste under it?
No.
Yeah, put some thermal paste under it. That'll help.
Well, now I'm starting to wonder, should I dig out my box of CPU coolers and actually, because if you look here, let me take this one off for a sec. If you look here, it's got these things stuck to it.
Nuts.
Yeah. I mean, I could find another cooler because I know where they are now. Hey. Plug it in normally. Fixes computers. It was plugged in, John. It was just the power supply itself was off. The switch was off. Yeah. Will it post? You'll need to. Yeah. Oh, I know. I just wanted to see if it beepity beep. Why do it normally fixes it? It posts. Yeah. I don't know what the specs are. All right, so let's dig out my bins. I got 2 of them of power supplies and see what I got. What is that? It's the side of a computer. Oh, I know what that is. Okay. I'm like, wait, why do I have a side of a computer? And then I'm like, oh yeah, it's the computer case that's on its side.
It's the one with no side on it, Trina.
Yeah, I know. Thanks.
Anytime.
Thanks, Marty Pants.
This is why I turn up to these streams.
Right?
It's my eternal helpful advice.
All right, so let's see what I have for. I mean, here's a heatsink I could try to use on it. Hold on, you guys are gonna love this one.
Is it for
but I'm afraid the box is gonna fall. So let me put it. Okay, maybe a say. How about this one? How about this lovely looking thing?
Oh yeah. That'll be great.
No, you're thinking no.
I think there are possibly better options.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna go through my bin here. Just bear with me 1 sec. Trying to see what I got. Well, that's not gonna work. I don't think I have a heatsink for it. That's the problem.
I think I might have fixed my audio problem. Not the one with the sound effects. I've fixed that before, but got a filter on it that calls itself noise gate. It only activates the audio when it goes above a certain threshold. And that should work because I've got the microphone here and the speakers behind the monitor, so it should be level.
Okay, bear with me 1 sec. This stupid bin is heavy, and I'm trying to do this with 1 hand.
Mark Trina House, the audio for?
You're fine.
Sort of, it just triggered there.
You're doing fine. That's Intel. That's Intel. That's Intel. I don't know where the rest of that is. See, the problem, all the AMD ones I have are 2 holes. Wait, let me show you what I'm talking about. Da-da-da-da. So, like, they only have the holes in the center, and this does not. So, yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have a heatsink, proper heatsink for it. But I could try what Mark suggested and put some heatsink compound on it and see if it'll stay on for longer than 10 seconds.
I'd really just smear thermal paste on it and hope for the
Yeah, it's a DDR3. It had 16 gigs of RAM in it, which I've moved over to my test board because my test board had 20 gigs, but it was all different speeds. And now it has 1 speed, 1600. So, which I ripped off that one. So I was happy with that. Okay, thermal paste. Let's put a bit of thermal paste on this, shall we? Now, let me see how many
I
comments
hear
I'm going to.
Nutella works just as well. Totally.
Yeah, I don't actually.
definitely.
Unfortunately, Nutella would work well for the heatsink. It wouldn't work well for my blood sugars, so I don't have any.
Oh,
Oh, that's the end of that.
The funny thing is, I used to gulp down just tons of it, and nowadays just buy a glass once or twice a year, and that's that. Like I don't even crave it anymore.
Oh, and this one's also ran out. Well, aren't I doing well? 2 for 2 so far. I know I bought some cheapy stuff, so let's find where I put the cheapy stuff because I was looking at it this
so
morning.
use the cheapy stuff because you're going to end up wiping it off anyway.
Yeah. Well, and I didn't mind using the kind of more pricey stuff because there's nothing in it. All right, there we go. There we go. Now, people in the comments are going to be like, that's
You
too
know,
much,
this
and it
is
probably
not
is.
safe for work.
Not safe. How is that not safe for work? It's
At
heatsink
least not
compound.
safe for YouTube. You're going to get comments in droves.
Oh, I know. That's fine.
Legions on the internet will descend upon you.
Surprisingly enough, I've never had a comment about my heatsink compound application. All right. So I got
give it a wiggle.
Yeah, I kind of smushed it on there. I don't know if it's actually sitting on there flat though, because of the screws. It's bare. It's not making
Yeah,
contact.
it's not.
Nope.
That's why it overheated.
Yeah. Okay. So bear with me 1 second, please. I'm gonna grab. We're gonna even go even better. Oh shit. That's not. Nope. That's not. Maybe not better. Let's see if I can put this back together. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Poopity poop. That's not gonna work.
I need to put this Loctite in a different bottle. I just spill this all over the place every time I use it.
Oh no!
Ugh.
You're not supposed to do that, by the way.
No, you're not. And it's like $7 a bottle.
On the plus side, your bench won't come unscrewed anytime soon.
Yeah. All right, let's use this one. I'm going to use this heatsink. So it's an actual. Oops, sorry, you can't see what I'm looking at. Ta-da! This one, because there's no screws to. Ta-da! And it's an actual Intel
Do
one.
no screwing around.
There we go. All right, so I wiggled it around a bit. We're gonna plug it in. I can get it cleaned off later. Okay, let's try this one more time with feeling. All right, turn on the power supply this time. And let's go. We got fan spin. There we go.
Well, that sounds awful.
Okay, disk boot failure, insert, press. Okay, so let's reboot. I'm going to try delete. I don't know what key it is that gets me into the BIOS, so we're just going to try delete first.
Should be F2 on an Asus board usually.
Here we go.
It was delete.
Oh, it's this stupid thing.
That's a classic board.
CPU clock. Blah, 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 that's all your
Hey,
settings.
Let's crank that all the way up. That's going to help.
Standard CMOS features. Yeah. Hey, notice the date and time though. The time's off by a bit because it's 9:27 and it says that it's 8:25, so it's off by an hour.
It's on UTC.
You standard
Oh, no,
savings time.
It's on non-daylight time anyway.
Oh, and I got 8 gigs of memory apparently in this. I thought I had 2, but cool. Cool. She works. That's the main
But
thing. I just
if
wanted
it
to
makes
double
you
check.
feel any better, she's also ignoring me, so you know,
I'm not ignoring
that's the
anybody.
balance.
I'm busy working. Jeez. Trina ignoring the chat. Sorry.
Good friends.
All right. Hi, Got Bomb. Hey, Dork. Back to you. Hello, Jean Francois.
Why not Zoidberg?
Trina doesn't like us anymore. Can't, or she can't. I gotta go from my computer to my bench, and my back's turned to the thing. I'm not seeing mem test. The stream is a lie. I would do a mem test, but unfortunately, it actually heats up the CPU, and I don't want to go burning up the CPU. So
Just need to blow on it a lot.
just need to blow on it a lot. Yeah.
It'll probably be fine. I've done a mem test on a PC with a heatsink balanced on it before. It was okay.
All right. Okay. Fine. But if it blows up, I'm blaming
Such a
somebody.
smart one.
All right.
You
Let me
put
put
your
in my.
cold coffee on top of on
Blows
top of
up,
the
I'll put you
CPU
in
and make
touch
it
with my
hot coffee.
lawyer.
So this is my boot, my ultimate boot CD. One. This has everything on it. Sorry, I'm just looking at the board.
Fucking goddamn Steve Jobs, why?
All right, ready? Let's turn it back on. Since you all want mem test, although it's 8 gigs. Where did I put my 2 gig stick?
Do you even
That's
have a
also
2 gig
8 gigs.
stick of DDR3?
I sure do.
Oh yeah, that's possible, I suppose.
Yeah.
I have a lot of laptop 2 gig DDR3, but no.
I want to put in a 2 gig stick because that's what I'm going to sell it with.
Because we'd hate to go over the top, you know.
No, well, I have somebody who wants my 8
We'd
gig
hate to go
sticks,
over the
that's why
top
I'm
and sell it with a useful amount of memory in it or anything.
Well, yeah, I mean, come on now.
I mean, what are you going to do? Run Windows on it?
Yeah, right. Okay. Remember how I said I knew where my glasses were? I've lost them.
You don't know where your glasses are.
Weren't
My
they
my
right by the
magnifying glasses.
motherboard?
Oh, I see them. They're underneath my heat. Okay. They're underneath the bin with the heat sinks in it and blah, blah, blah. Why are people asking for mem test? They're all gone mad.
Yes. We have.
Yeah.
If this is going to be another 4 hours of Memtis, I'm afraid I'm going to have to do some procurements.
Just Lily, grab a pillow and a blanket, and you can take a nap.
Sorry, we're both not that kind of fast.
All right, here we go. Let's see if I can find a 2 gig stick. I thought I had another 2 gig stick. I got 512 of PC2. It's not gonna work. That's not gonna
Well,
work.
that
I
came
think it's
off.
all. Oh, there's my DDR3 board. Ben.
By the way, Mark,
Yes.
you also use for a whole bunch of 8 gigabyte pairs of DDR3 laptop memory.
8 gigabyte pairs. Sorry,
Yeah,
I didn't
it's
hear you
either
exactly.
1600 or 1033, I think.
Possibly.
Because I bought constantly the wrong ones in an effort to upgrade my MacBook, and oh boy,
It won't
now
work.
I've got all these
All right.
sticks of memory just flying around, and I've got no use for them.
So I have
Oh.
2 gig DDR3, 2 gigs, 1333. I have 2 of them. We're going to stick one in and see what it does. It should boot. We're going to find out.
Bought.
Now, I don't know why I'm retesting this memory. Oh, wait, because everybody wants me to apparently test memory today. The world, as Gutbaum has said, has gone mad. Okay,
You idiots!
ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, do I get a beep?
Nope.
Nope.
I think
Okay.
I jinxed it with that sound effect.
All right, I might have to put in the 8 gig stick because it's not.
Bummer.
All right, let's put the 8 gig stick in.
It's unhappy.
Doesn't like the 1333, but it does like 1600. So, because that's what
Maybe
came out
because
of it. Maybe the board requires it. I don't know. It's all right. I got some extras. So.
This is your reminder
There we
that 3D
go.
printing is delicate work, and you should definitely not use power tools.
All right, let's go. So, we're back into the BIOS. Ta-da-da-da. Let's see if we can figure out where the boot settings advanced, maybe. It's been a while since I've had to be in one of these. Hard disk boot, first boot device. USB. Okay.
Probably HDD.
So I have a USB flash drive in it. I have USB, FDD, zip, CD-ROM, and hard drive. What should I try?
Hard drive.
HDD, they're usually recognized as
Okay.
basically hard disks, but FDD would be a floppy drive probably.
All right, so let's F10 this. Save. Yes, I have not seen that screen in a long time with the red. Why?
Are you sure you want to save your settings?
Yeah. It's an old BIOS for the board.
Yeah, but for some reason you had an option for enabling EFI boot options, and apparently it's one of those BIOSes where the BIOS is the primary firmware and the UEFI.
Let's go back into the BIOS because it didn't boot.
Those super.
EFI. Non-EFI. Let's do that.
It's just for CD, DVD.
Oh yeah, that's just for. Let's leave it at auto.
BIOSes are weak.
Huh. Do not tell me I have to hook up a USB or a optical drive for this thing. I think I'm gonna have to hook up an optical drive.
Just boot from zip drive. It'll be fine.
To boot from zip. Yeah, so I have LS120.
I mean,
This is like
it's got an option for that. Why not?
it's got such a stupidly old BIOS.
Which for some reason supports EFI though.
I'm gonna try a USB floppy drive.
I think it makes sense.
Or USB CD-ROM maybe. Let's try that. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna change every boot option to USB something. So I got USB CD-ROM, floppy drive, and hard drive as the first, second, and third boot option. So let's try F10.
USB, all the things.
Yeah, just boot from the USB, will you?
Just do something, damn it. That should be boot. That should be a valid boot option.
David, what CPU? I don't know because God forbid this would tell you in the BIOS.
It might do
I
the
am
CPU
literally
info.
gonna.
Just get a super disk.
All right, this is getting annoying. Let's turn it
Sorry, I
off.
can leave if you want.
No, no. I don't mean anybody that's on the stream. I'm talking in the stupid motherboard. Okay, hold on. Let me get up. Shitballs. I can't do this because I don't have any
I
power.
can't do this. It's too early in the morning.
No, I don't have any power coming out of this, and I don't know where the cables are.
But friends,
I know. You guys are going to make me do extra work today, aren't you?
Crying out loud.
HDD. Yeah, I tried that, David. It's just still not booting from anything. Hey, Windsor.
When are you going to listen to me, Trina?
What's that?
Get a supergroup disk. And I do mean a disk on CD.
Yeah, well, I have a boot CD for Ultimate, for the Summers. Shit. Wow. That's amazing. Let's try that again, shall we? I do have a Memtest 86 boot CD. The issue is I don't have power for the optical drive.
Because you're not using USB one.
Or you set up a PXE server and boot from that. That's certainly easier, totally.
Yeah, let's
you
just
get
set up a
content.
server, shall we?
Thing is, Lily,
Doesn't
we've
the
got to finish the
content-
stream at 12 o'clock, so
Yeah,
the
yeah.
biologist can take over. So, yeah.
yeah.
Maybe not.
I mean,
All
my
right.
router can act
I
as
might-
a PXE device
Okay.
if I need it.
Here's what I'm going to go do. You guys talk. I'm going to make everybody the same size because you don't need to be looking at a blank screen. And I'm going to go grab my test bench that Tech Ambrosia made, grab the power supply off of that because that has 810. It's not. The power supply isn't modular, and I can grab that and plug that all in and do an optical drive and
It's all things.
it's also I can run fucking Memtest. That's all I'm trying to do.
Which you didn't want to do in the first place. We just bullied you into it.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
It's great, this game. Isn't
Yeah, I probably don't, but
you
at the same-
idiots.
at
Ow!
the same time, I'd rather have the 8-pin. So I know I don't really need it.
Hang on, are the sounds still too loud?
Try one more.
Mark?
This is very difficult.
It's fine.
All right.
Be right back. I need a band-aid plaster.
Oh no! You're not supposed to kill yourself on my stream, you know.
I got bitten by a G4.
All right, I'm gonna wait till Mark comes
Right,
back,
so
and then
it's-
I'll go grab the other power supply. Grumble, grumble, grumble.
God, these bearings are so tiny.
Maybe down another 5.
What even are you building there? Do you print?
How many washers do you need, by the way, socket winch?
These ones are M3 shims, and per motor, there's at least 6. And then, of course, you need to add some bushings as well. These are annoying as hell to print. These little tiny suckers.
Hey, got bomb.
Oh, look.
I was waving and then I
Wrong
realized
direction.
my camera's facing the. Look, I'll do it again. Hold on, ready?
I can see the reflection in the monitor, so you can just
Oh, okay.
wave.
Hi, I'm gonna
It's
wave.
kind of like a blurry shadow. I'm used to tuning into Trina's Technobabble streams, and it's just like a blurry monitor with nothing on it.
Well, it's because everybody wants me to do mem test, and now I gotta go get another power supply. All right, I'll be back.
That looks
How
like
come
it looks like a G4, Mark. Can't hear you.
Yes.
Yes.
You feel
It
free to
just
make
bit
Mark
me.
big if you want.
It caught a hole in my finger because I'm doing shenanigans, and it didn't like it apparently.
Oh, you've made your blood sacrifice to safety, goddess of workshops, today.
Yeah, it's my blood sacrifice to the ghost of Steve Jobs.
So I don't know if I
Evidence is the
can-
rite of passage. Remember, folks.
I don't know if I can get a good angle of this, but this is what I am working on today.
Oh, it's an Ultra 5.
Yep.
Some Ultra 5.
Yes.
I used to have
and
one of those.
My
Look at
example
that
came with.
poster.
Oh, it's come on, the lamp is ruining it, but it's a lobster revealing what's underneath this waitress's dress.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
My wife gave that to me.
No accounting for taste then.
Hey, lobster tastes great. Okay,
But
so
some people eat ours too.
my example, it came with one of the trim feet on the front, the one on the right side, but the one on the left side, here's the one from the right side. The one on the left side was missing, so I meticulously measured this thing with calipers and designed a replacement in CAD, and then I mirrored it and I printed it in rainbow filament.
Nice.
Which is what I do. I use the crap filaments when.
Yeah, it's the I don't care filament. Yeah.
Yes, and it fits and it works great.
Nice.
I've also let me turn it a little bit. Sorry about my expert camera work here. I have replaced the CD-ROM drive with a blue
The blue
SCSI,
SCSI.
and I put a
Oh,
SCSI
nice.
card. I
I
put
was
a
gonna say,
SCSI
has it
card
got a
in there
SCSI
because
card in
it's
it? 'Cause,
IDE.
Yeah.
And I spent all day yesterday formatting the virtual hard drive, doing the verify passes, and then installing Solaris 8, and I have it working.
Nice.
But I also have, I'm going to get something off my desk. All right, the camera's going to stop moving now. If you look over there, I've got a Sunblade 1000 as well. And that thing is very hefty in comparison to this, not only in size, but also in computational nuts.
Yeah.
Because that thing's, I think it's from 2003-ish. And it
Yeah,
has
that's about right.
8 gigs of RAM in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's hefty. But
also, I think the old 1000s are like dual. Is it dual CPU?
it's dual CPU capable, but mine only has one CPU in it.
They're like 850s or 900s or something.
I haven't turned it on yet, and I don't know anything about it. And then back to the Ultra 5, I've got this guy.
You got Sun PCI.
Yes, but the fan is very sticky on it. I put it in last night and I turned it on, and the fan was literally groaning the way Lily does whenever I open my mouth. So
Yeah, they were well known for that.
yeah, so I am going to
They
replace the fan with
spent
something
all this
better.
money making this really expensive integrated PCI card, and put the cheapest ass fans on it you've ever seen.
I think I have a fan of the same size that I can put on here, so I'm going to do that in a bit.
I like how
And
the
then-
card is large enough that you could murder someone with it.
Yes. And then also the fan on the inside of the Ultra 5, the main CPU fan, has a fan shroud, but it's shattered. This is supposed to be a full square. So I designed the replacement. I basically like extrapolated the missing pieces and stuck it in there, and I printed it out of the rainbow filament, and it works. So it's great. But the fan shroud is really necessary because it has these little teeth
Yeah, the
that hold
runners for
the cards.
Cards, yeah. And you need
Because-
that to hold the Sun PCI card up.
The Sun PCI is really long, and the RAM actually makes contact with the Sun's CPU heatsink if you don't have the card properly braced on the back.
Yeah. They're a tight fit Ultra 5s.
Yes.
Um,
So anyway, that's what I'm working on today. I will make myself small again.
Nice.
Can I gloat for a second?
Yeah.
So this toothed gear needs to be precisely 17.5 millimeters away from the bottom, and if I'm reading this caliper right, you got a 17, and right there, 0.5 right on the money. First time.
Excellent.
I have a question for you, actually,
I have
Cat Bomb. I was gonna message you about this, but can you make me big, please?
You make you big.
Yeah, but you're closer to the computer. So, with this test, this is Tech Ambrosia's test bench, which you can.
Mhm.
I've completely modified. I had to break this all off. But my question was, because you had mentioned about putting in metal grommets so these can like screw in, because there's 4 spots to screw this board in, because right now it's just going into plastic. Where do you buy those?
Well, the model needs to be different to account for those two, because the holes themselves have to be bigger for you to put those in, but they're called heat set inserts.
Okay, but I can't put those in this one then.
Right. You'd have to bore the holes out first, and then you can.
Well, I mean, couldn't I use a screw, like a drill, and just do that?
Yeah, or you can just screw directly into the plastic, because that works too.
Yeah, I know. I'm just afraid though. Like after a while, you had mentioned this on. I think it was on one of your videos about like, the plastic just becoming useless after a bit. So
that's usually with smaller holes. These screw holes have a lot of material around them, so they're okay.
Okay.
I removed and added boards to these a lot without any problems.
Without worrying? Okay, cool. I wasn't sure, and that's why I was like, hey, now that I got you on the channel, I'm going to ask.
Two things. Number one, if you're using 632 coarse thread screws, you'll probably be fine, because the threads are nice and far apart. And number two, Tech Ambrosia does have a version of that test bench that does have the receivers for 632 coarse thread heat sets. Because
I realize that the issue is I don't have a 3D printer.
Yeah, I know you bought yours. I remember, but
yeah, well, I didn't buy mine.
Pointing it out for the viewers
that was actually
general.
She was, when she first did this, she had put up in one of the Discord channels, hey, I got some test ones that I just finished printing. She had 3 test ones, and she was said, I'll give them away. Who wants them? And so I said, I'll snap up one if I can. And so she sent it to me.
Nice.
So I never actually paid for mine. It was nice. It was a channel donation.
I mean, technically, I didn't pay for mine, although it did take 14 hours to print and use about
So
800 grams of filament or something ridiculous. If I remember rightly, it was like half a roll. It was a lot. But
so you kind of
worth it,
paid for it in power and filament.
pretty much.
Yeah.
I printed it overnight, so then my 3D printer's in the living room, so I didn't have to listen to it.
Oh, good.
This is why all my printers
Opposite end
look-
of my apartment. Everybody else in the building had to listen to it, but I didn't. I couldn't hear it.
So what were you going to say,
I'm
Socket Witch?
such a good neighbor.
This is why all my printers live in the basement.
Oh,
Fair
I have a
enough.
basement. I have a flat. I have a very horizontally deposed dwelling.
Mm.
Okay.
So hang tight. I'm trying to get this. Ah! I'm not going to swear.
Fuck it.
Oh,
Effort ruined.
As Gutbon likes to do to me on day streams. Give you a red alert.
There you go.
I'm trying to get the 8-pin in here, and it's being a pain in the
That under there.
friggin' earth.
Well, there.
Oh, come on. Son of a bitch.
Come on now.
I need to get into my PC bin to find a fan for this guy. I don't
There we
want
go.
to.
Okay, so let's plug in an optical drive, shall we?
Oh crap.
Which I got to get down. Ah, shitballs. This is going to take forever.
My sentiments entirely.
I need to get a little step stool is what I need to get. Okay, those are IDEs. Those are not going to work.
By the way, Gutbum, do you know about the beauty filter on StreamYard?
There's a beauty filter.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Here, this is
Apparently.
before, and this is after. It uses a lot of latency and no freckles allowed. I look like a sunburned something. Or
No,
Oh,
I like
there's-
that. No freckles allowed.
I'm not going to let anything get rid of my liver spots.
seriously, look at that.
Okay,
What do they
let's
keep
plug in.
saying? Yesified or something?
Yeah. Otherwise known as making women look worse
Right.
using AI.
Yeah.
Just an opinion, you
It's
know.
like I took an airbrush and just covered myself in vaguely skin color.
That's basically what it does.
All right, let's see which way these go in. Okay, that's
Oh,
the
this
nubby
is just a
side.
pain.
I hate, by the way, dear motherboard makers, I hate when you put when you do this, like they put them so they're facing that way. I prefer it when they're up and down, like on the board.
And then you've got angled cable connectors that go yet the other way.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, but when you
Trina.
buy them, you inevitably always buy the ones that point the wrong way. 'Cause
Yep. Yeah, what's up,
reasons.
Gutbum?
I'm easy. I go both ways, so I don't mind.
Yeah, unfortunately, these are keyed, so I don't have an option.
Is it me, maybe?
All right, so we now have, for all you people who want a fucking mem test, I now have.
I'm
I
not
now
gonna
have
swear!
Oh, I'm gonna swear on this one. I now have an optical drive, and I have my green. Yes, it's green. 500 watt power supply. So.
That's an Antec, is it not?
Yeah, I think it is. It
Antec
is
green
an Antec.
power.
Yeah.
I have
It is
one of
an
those as
Antec.
well.
I
Can
got
somebody-
it.
Might be the same that's in my piece right now.
Can somebody tell me what an A4 7300 is? An AMD A4 7300?
It's an
You know
AP
who can tell you that? Google.
No, I'm not on Google right now. I'm on Trina's Techno Babble.
You're supposed to be
about
babbling
tech.
about technical things.
Yeah,
It's
it's
an
the
AMD
thingamajig with the
APU with its
gajigger.
2 cores and some kind of Radeon piece of garbage
Okay,
CPU.
that's what I was thinking. I got it for free, so I was wondering
There's
if
a
it
good
was
reason why you got it for free. Let's put it that way.
Okay, so I have it now powered up. Let's turn it on. Now, I do have a question because this is the state of the board right now, and the thing. If Big Bad Balance is still watching, does this count as enough jank,
No.
or am I still jank, like running low on the jank department?
You are running low on the jank department.
Oh, sorry.
You need to use some magnet wire and hope.
All right, let's delete and hope. Yeah. Okay, so we're back into the BIOS. Ta-da.
Goes to the angry customer. Mike's future retro is complaining that it's not 9 p.m.
I know. I'm sorry. I made it last night, and then this morning I wake up to a message from Mark, 9 a.m. or 9 p.m. And I'm like, well, shit, I made a mistake. So, sorry.
Mistakes were made.
Mistake. Yeah. So I'm going to
But I
change the first boot device to CD-ROM. I'm going to put the disk Madoodle in before I reboot.
Oh, excuse me.
Okay, so we are putting memtest 7.00 in the optical drive. And we're going to F10 on the keyboard so we can save, and we're going to say yes. And fingers crossed, it will boot from the optical drive. And if it doesn't, I'm going to throw this board in the garbage.
Look at this crazy fan on this video card.
Hey, look what we got. We got memtest, baby.
I'm shocked. Memtest on Trina's stream. Yay.
So it's an AMD FX 8358 core processor.
That's bad.
It's an 8-core.
Well,
That's kind of.
It's an FX 8-core.
Does that mean it's a 4-core and it's lying?
It's a bulldozer, so yes.
Yeah, I've had that before with AMDs. They're very good. I've got a little baby ITX motherboard with an AMD something on it. I can't remember what it was.
By the way, sorry. I was going to say,
core, but it's not.
I was going to say you can't hear this, but that poor cooler fan is just going a mile a minute.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Ta-da! I just took a picture of the memtest, so I know what the processor is. Yeah, the BIOS sucks monkey balls. All right. Oh, I don't have any more of that. Okay. Whoops. Okay, things are falling down. I'm going to sit down.
By the way, you're not running the RAM at Egypt.
So, is that 8 out of 10, by the way, Big Bad Biologist, that for the jank? Because he said 8-ish. So, I don't know what 8-ish means.
Probably.
It's either 8 out of 10 or 8%, one of the two.
Oh, okay. So, remember how I said, hey, this is going to overheat, and everybody went, oh, no, it'll be fine. It just overheated.
It overheated.
Yep.
To be fair, I didn't realise it was a quad-core bulldozer at the time.
I didn't realize it was a bulldozer CPU either.
No. Oh, okay. That's a reference to the CPU. Okay. Hey, Mark. Other Mark.
Hi.
That is. No, hi to you too, but hi to Mark down under. How about that? We'll go with that.
G'day, mate.
So yeah, that's where we're going to stop on that. Because yeah, I don't have the proper heatsink for it. I figured that's what it would do, but everybody was like, "No, you won't burn it out. No, Trina, you'll be fine."
Well, you
Now
won't
watch
burn
the
it
damn
out.
thing
The
once.
sun will shut down. It's fine. Get
Well,
no.
Yeah,
apparently
okay.
I don't have a fan that I can put on here, so I'm gonna have to buy one.
Oh no.
But hold on, we haven't given up on MemTest. I have
Oh.
another board that I need to put on my bench. Ha 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 ha. And we can. Oh shit balls! That's what I meant to do.
So the no swearing thing is out the door.
Oh
I
yeah.
need a quote for my soundboard. Hey, language. That sort of thing.
Just get the red alert sound. That's what they use on Dave's stream on me.
This fan is a 50 millimeter, and then how tall is it?
There we go. Okay, so please hold while I do some
10.
switching around. You can at least watch what I'm doing. Turn on some lights. So I'm gonna do. Let's go do this. I'm going to put you over here.
Oh nice.
There you go. Hey,
the way-
Tom, do you improve of the pants?
I do. By the way, if you're watching Tom Barber, happy birthday.
Oh, is it Tom Barber's birthday? Seriously, is it seriously Tom Barber's birthday?
Well, a couple months ago, I added a whole bunch of random dates in my calendar as Tom Barber's birthday. And one of them was the real one, but I don't know which one was the real one. So, possibly.
Okay.
So, happy
Trina
birthday, Tom
found a
Barber.
whole bunch of Star Trek sound effects.
You can. There are torrents of the sound effects, by the way. You can download.
The next generation red alert is the swearing sound.
Is it the TNG one?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I'm just going to get this board taken apart. So at least we know the board works, which is yay. So we'll leave the
wow.
video card in it and all that other good stuff
This
for
G4's
now.
very grumpy.
By the way, if anybody out there has a 8th or 9th gen either Intel i5 or Intel i7, I have a board. I need the processor for it. If you'd like to make a channel donation, that'd be great.
Have you heard of eBay?
I have, but unfortunately, I've also heard of I don't have the money. So
I've also heard of you want how much for that 10-year-old processor?
well, they're not that old, so it's not too bad.
The 9900K is still like extremely viable as a CPU today.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
imagine so. But
I just lost. Oh shit balls! I lost those cables.
Is that the G4 beeping like that?
Yep.
Oh,
Bummer.
okay, that's the power button.
grumpy memory.
My G5 did that until I figured out the right order in which to put the memory modules.
No, I just lost my speaker. It
Yeah, I
flipped
might
off.
need to consult the owner's handbook because I can't remember.
Oh no!
These modules all came out of a suspect non-working G4 that had potentially been considerably overheated, though. So,
Is this an MDD?
yes,
Nice.
I mean it's not my favourite G4, but they're fast. I have
So
two
we're
of the
gonna-
damn things as well.
I'm going to put this Asus motherboard, and we can do testing with it up on the bench.
Scott Bob, I need to show you this G4 case that the other one came in because it's fantastic.
We're gonna make Mark big when he gets back.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
My favorite G4 is the 1.25 gigahertz Mac Mini G4.
I actually have a 1.42 somewhere. Mac Mini.
Can the 1.42 run OS 9 though? What happened to that thing? It's terrible.
It's been customized.
It's been improved.
Butchered. Yeah, I know.
I
Bad
like the
stuff.
red handles.
It's
But,
a
like-
gamer. It's a gamer Mac, Power Mac, so people can play Photoshop on it faster.
Yeah, it's completely gutted inside as well.
Did they actually do mods to the case too?
Yeah,
Like the
and
inside, so they could fit.
I'll bring the camera in to show you how laughably bad the cooling in this thing is. Oh, that's
Did
all
they-
the fans they put in.
Is that
No,
modded for ATX now or something?
No,
Okay.
it had its original power supply and it was just painted black.
Oh. To
And those
absorb
are
the
the
heat.
only fans they had in a dual G4.
Only
I
the
might
only
have a goodie
fans
for
is
you
what you're
in a
saying?
minute.
And when I started it up, it wouldn't boot, and I couldn't work out why it wouldn't boot. And then I started Mac OS X up in verbose mode, and the kernel initialization comes up and starts loading the drivers, and then every other line in the boot sequence is overheat, sleep, overheat. It's like, I don't think it's very well.
I hate to change the subject, but is that an eMac with the stand I see on that shelf back there?
There.
Yes, with
Yes,
the
it is.
stand. Yeah, those are rare.
I got it for £35 off a house clearance company on eBay.
Nice.
They randomly put it up on eBay. I was like, ah, I need one of those.
Sorry, I'm just going to interrupt for just a quick sec. I want to say hi to. There was a person in the chat. Wow. Duck Diz. Hello. I live in Canada. I am also in Canada. Duck. Hello. Eh? By the way, I found the speaker on the floor. Woo.
Ah,
One of your cats put it there.
Yeah. Opie. All right, so I'm
Rena,
going to
would you
just.
like
I'm
your
hooking.
new sound effect?
I heard that. That was amazing.
It is pretty techno-babbly. You could just leave this going all the time.
Right? Just leave it. Just leave it running really low in the background.
As low like this?
yeah, that'll do. I find that ambient sound very relaxing.
All right. Maybe I'll stop swearing so much. See, Dave, this is what
Somebody
you
else
need to
finds
have.
that relaxing.
See, Dave,
a
this is what
relief.
you need to have on your stream. It's just the ambient sounds of Star Trek, and I won't swear.
He needs to have the ambient sounds of the original series, though, on his.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little computer in the back going boop,
Beep, boop, boop. Yep.
Yeah, and that
in the background.
the communications noise.
I can do that. Just let me whip my...
I've got a page here. It's trackcore.com/audio, and it's got a whole slew of things.
All right, so I'm just getting things connected. I also found that I have more beige optical drives than I thought, so we're going to be testing those as well.
Nice.
IDE optical drives. I didn't realize I had so many. That's loud.
Did Riker sit on the console again?
I think he did.
I like that they didn't cut out the music from the show there either. It's not just the sound
Right.
effects. There's just a little bit of the music there.
All right, so we're going to put this optical drive on because this one I know works, I think.
You don't mind. I'm going to keep this one at that level. I'm just,
That's
It's
totally
already
fine.
good.
I am cool with that.
Trina, the sounds in the
Yeah.
background are inspiring me to help you with your situation. Have you recalibrated the dilithium crystals on that to reverse the polarity on the heat deflectors so maybe you don't need
Such a
to
smart one.
use a fan on that computer?
And yes, I've also configured
The positronic matrix?
Sure, yeah. I totally went blank on like technobabble for a sec.
No, don't forget
And
to
when
triangulate
you're
something.
testing it, Trina, don't forget to scan it for tachyon emissions as well.
Yes.
There you go. Perfect. Yes. That's the
Your
word.
your
Yeah.
Let me know
tricorder
the
has
answer
been
to
recently
everything in text
calibrated,
anyway.
right?
Yeah.
Yes, it was. All right, so I'm going to plug in a keyboard, although I don't know where my PS2 keyboard went to, so I'm going to try a USB. because it does have USB ports on it.
This is
But
very
we're going to run memtest on this one because this one I know has. I don't like this. I need a PS2 keyboard. Why don't I have a PS2 keyboard handy? I do have a. Yes! Yes! Ha ha ha!
I've never heard someone
Okay.
so enthusiastic that they have trash.
So, at the Junk Independence Day, I picked up,
Oh, it's
This-
literal trash.
yeah, this, and I don't know if it works. So, we're going to test a whole whack of things at this. Well, at this point, we're just testing the keyboard. But yes, I've wanted to test the keyboard. So, it just dawned on me. I'm like, haha, I got the keyboard I can test. You need to increase the plasma flow at the same time. Okay, sorry, David. Hey, Rudy, welcome.
Should I replace the fan on this Sun PCI with a Noctua?
Yeah.
You really should.
It's too expensive. I'm
I
getting
don't
it.
like.
What
getting
did
it.
you use to design those fan shrouds? Did you use OpenSCAD or Tinkercad or what?
On shape.
Oh, Onshape. Okay.
Yeah, I love on shape.
All right, so let's try this Keytronic. That's what the brand is. Keytronic keyboard. Yep. Yep. So we're gonna plug that in. I love the end though. It looks like it's a DIN connector with as big as it is to a PS2, but it's not an adapter. So
No,
anyway.
it's just got a really big ferrite ring around it for some reason
Yeah.
that nobody's really worked out.
Okay.
Here's
So-
one with RGB. Should I have an RGB fan on my
Yes,
Sun PCI?
because it will make it go
A
faster.
unicorn vomit shining out through the PCI slots at the back.
Yes.
Unicorn vomit. Make it a very gay case. So we have
Fabulous.
onboard VGA. We have a PS2 keyboard. We have the 20-pin power. That's all it requires. There's no 4-pin for the CPU. This is how old the board is. I have an optical drive connected up here underneath the keyboard. So I realized I got to take the keyboard off. And we have a speaker which I found on the floor. I did find the speaker. There it is. And I have a power button.
When you're
So, in
spreading
theory-
a PC out like that, why not put one component in the living room, one in the bathroom?
All right. So, and I also have
What's
all
with
the,
cooling?
because we're going to test a hard drive eventually. So I have all the IDE cables. I also have the floppy cable hooked up. So let's turn this one on.
It's got
And we have a
SATA.
green LED on the board. Lit up. You can't see it. I don't know why. There it is. Ta-da! It's lit up. Now this board is weird. No matter how many CMOS batteries I put into it, it never holds the CMOS settings. Oh, and for some reason my speaker isn't beeping. Anyway, it always comes up with CMOS checksum error.
Priority Trina, do it.
So we're gonna F1 to continue. Oh, not F1 to continue. Oh well, because I don't know what I have in the optical drive. Oh, apparently I have an Ultimate Boot CD. Sweet. So we're gonna do mem test because everybody's been asking for mem test. Oh, there we go. Ta-da! There. Is everybody happy now? We're doing mem test.
Nobody's happy, Trina.
I'm never happy.
Oh, and I realize that that camera really sucks. So let me first straighten it up, and then back it up a bit here. There we go. It's a little better. There we go. Ta-da! And then we're going to also test, I have 3 beige optical drives. So we're going to try those, see if they work.
There we go. The motion system is now on the printer body.
So Rudy, you're asking for a refund because MemTest. Talk to David, who is very happy. David Starbuck. He is very happy we're doing MemTest.
Where did
And I'm going
that
to make
come
everybody the
from?
I'd
same
like
size.
to return these for a refund.
There's a Zoidberg for everything.
There he is.
All right, I've ordered fans. They get here tomorrow. So no more Sun PCI.
All right. So yeah. So what do we have left? Oh, so I have a question, and maybe Gutbomb can answer this question because Gutbomb's smart. So I downloaded an IMG image of MS-DOS 6.22.
Mm-hmm.
I want to put it on a floppy drive.
WinImage.
I'm on a Linux machine.
WinImage.
Will WinImage work on Linux?
No, use Windows. WinImage.
If you've got
uh-huh.
if it's a 1.4 meg floppy image and you've got a 1.4 meg USB floppy drive, you can just DD it to the floppy disk
Yeah.
drive device. It should work.
It's DOS 3, right? That's what you said?
No, DOS 6.22.
Oh, okay. It's a how big is the disk image? 1.44 meg or 800K?
Bear with me one sec. I'm gonna find out.
Or not 800. But
It'll be 1.44 if it's DOS 6. I don't think they ever did it on low density floppy.
Could be 1.2 meg.
It is 1.5 megabytes actually.
Okay, yeah, that's 1.44 then. Yeah, you can just use DD, but I don't. You Google that. Use DD for floppies.
I know how to DD.
Actually, could I not? Okay, I'm going to share my screen for a sec. Well, because all we're doing is MemTest, so this is a good time to do this. Share screen. Share
Wow.
screen.
Hates that.
Boot. Allow. So I can double click on it and bring up all this stuff. Could I not just copy this over to the floppy?
No, it wouldn't work.
Oh.
'Cause that's not copying the boot. The
Boot sector.
yeah, you need the boot sector to go over with it, and that's not the file.
Nope. Desktop. Here we go. So there's the image file there. So what do I do with it?
Use a program called DD. So you Google how to make floppy disks with DD.
I can put it in the chat if you want, Trina.
Yeah, can you put it in the private chat?
You need to open a terminal first of all.
Okay. All right, I'm going to stop sharing.
Don't tell me you don't know about GNU DD.
I don't. I'm sorry. My name isn't my alternate name is not Linux Mom. So no.
For once, we haven't confused her with Veronica.
Here we go.
So it's in the chat, but I want to see what you do with that, Trina. I want to see if you can decipher that and know what to do.
Derek, thank you. But you might as well put that in like Klingon, because that's what it looks like to me.
Oh, that's how I back up my movie collection.
With Klingon?
What, in Klingon?
No, with DVDs, there's actually a means to rip them to a local ISO using just the command line. It's only 3 commands. It works pretty well for my collection.
I've never used DD, so I don't know what to do with that.
So, all 4 of these sticks of DDR RAM are dead.
Oh no!
Two of them just make the Mac beep rather plaintively, and the other 2 it boots and then immediately kernel panics. So,
I too beep plaintively.
All right.
Yeah.
So what am I?
I
How
do
to
too.
use DD command?
I can explain how to use what Derek put on the screen if you want.
Chat GPT will tell you how to do it wrong.
Yeah. Okay. So hold on. So let me first connect my USB floppy to my computer because
That would
that'd
be a
be
good
handy.
step.
Yeah.
Because you need to find that first.
No, I have it in my hand.
No, in Linux.
Oh, okay. Sorry. You just said you need to find it. You didn't say anything past that. So technically, I have it in my hand. Oh, it just
Yes,
dinged.
yes, all right.
It just dinged when I plugged it in. Did it come up as an item? It did. It actually came up as an item under my device's floppy disk. And it says it's dev/SDG.
Oh, it gave you the dev string. That's cool.
But it says
That's
unable
useful
to.
because we need that.
But hold on, it says unable to mount floppy disk. But
Is
there's
there a
nothing in it.
floppy in it?
Yeah,
No.
that's why you can't mount it because there isn't one in it.
Well, hold on, I'm putting one in it. Geez, you guys are like so demanding. There we go. Floppy's now in it. Mount and open floppy.
Oh, no, there yet.
Okay,
Oh,
I
no,
just
it's-
mounted it. Cool.
Oh,
All right, so now what do I do?
Okay, the first thing you need to do is...
I can open up a terminal window.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Do you want me to share my terminal window?
yeah, it'd be easier because I can see what's going on.
Okay, so share screen. I'm going to share the terminal window.
You'd already be done with this if you had a grease weasel.
hey, what?
Okay, so we have terminal window.
Okay, so first thing you need to do is unmount the floppy disk, which is U mount. This is just U mount.
You
Mount,
space mount or
No,
all one word?
MOUNT.
Yeah.
And then the device string that it gave you in the window, the /dev space /dev/ whatever it was, SG.
Hold on for a second. Let me hover over it again. SDG. Okay. So why am I unmounting it?
Because you don't want it mounted on the computer when you're writing data to it.
Okay. Okay.
It'll object.
That's
It'll just tell
done.
you it's busy. Okay.
Yeah.
So now type DD space.
Sorry, Lily, that's a little loud.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so DD space.
And then IF equals, and then the path of the image file on your computer, which will be presumably /home/Trina/ something.
It's on my desktop.
Yeah, so it'd be /home/ whatever your username is, Trina / you need slash first.
Yeah,
How
and
do I see
actually go back, delete home, and just put tilde and then slash.
I tend not to use tildes unless I know what I know it's
So
not going to
if
screw it up, but just
So
equal.
if
IF is input file equals, and then you tilde slash desktop, but just type DE and hit tab.
Need a capital D.
I was hoping that her tab completion was smart enough to let us know if it was
That's
or
not
not.
meant, unfortunately. And then the name of the image, which
okay.
Yep. And then OF equals, and then /dev/STG.
Slash
Will it need a
STG?
block size GOT bomb if it's a floppy?
I don't remember.
And I don't know
Probably
what the block
not.
size for.
But then do space status equals progress.
That's the bit I always forget.
So like that, gut bump?
Yes. And I just
Okay.
like blatantly stole that from
You're
Eric
going
in the
to
chat.
need super user permissions though.
Oh yeah, so hit the home key on your keyboard and type sudo space and now hit enter.
Okay, you could have just said sudo. You know, I would have understood that.
There's multiple ways to spell sudo.
Yeah, but I always, when you say sudo, that's how I think of it. So,
Ah,
okay, off we go. Hey, it's writing.
Lily asked what a grease weasel is. It is a floppy imaging tool. It's a little board that you hook up to a floppy drive, and you can write floppy images to disks, or you can take images of those disks and write the flux data or just traditional disk images.
Okay, because with you, you never know what she actually means. So
No, when he says grease weasel, he's not being dirty.
Sometimes I am, especially when I say in the chat as you, I love greasing my weasel.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. Thanks.
I have a
And
grease
David
weasel.
Starbucks says I only grease my weasel on birthdays and major holidays.
Touche, sir. Touche.
Yes, Rudy says come for the mem test, stay for the Linux tutorial. There you go.
Yep.
Yeah, I figured it was a good time to do the Linux thing was to do it now while we wait for mem test to finish.
That way, we've got all the time in the world.
Yeah. What time is
Or at
it by
least
the way?
all
Oh
the
my
time
god,
in the
it's
mem test. There you go.
okay. So is that
It's
is
cool.
I assume that's done then, is it?
I mean,
Okay.
if it works, it's done.
All right. Well, I guess the light's off and the disk has stopped being read. So
Yep.
okay, we're gonna take that out. Where the heck's the eject button on this thing? There it is.
Mark, your screwdriver sounds like something from a point-and-click adventure.
Because I also do
Because,
have.
It's from a Canadian point-and-click adventure.
Where the heck did I put the floppy disk drive?
Does Freddy Fish
Not sitting on it.
fix, I think?
I
Pardon?
don't know.
What?
So we're done, I assume, with the command line?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I can stop sharing then. So we're still running mem test. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. We're still running mem test.
Yeah.
By the way, has no one noticed that I've quietly swapped the Star Trek bridge for the interior of the TARDIS?
It doesn't sound right.
No one.
I didn't.
I wouldn't
I don't watch enough. Where the hell did I put the? Oh my god! I had a floppy drive that I wanted to test, and it literally has gone poof. Those are the optical drives. That's why I did this whole thing to test that drive, and now I can't find the drive.
Mark, what's that supposed to be?
It's a grease weasel.
Yes.
Sorry, you can't read the label on it because it's upside down.
You've got a fancy grease weasel. Mine are just a blue pill and a little tiny board hanging out of the back of a bare floppy drive.
My dad 3D printed the case for me. It was
A
very
blue
nice.
pill? What?
Yeah, it's a
It's
microcontroller. But I always take a blue pill before I grease my weasel.
You are gonna make Lily's head explode. You
Lily,
understand that?
you put the pins up and I knock them down.
I've
Oh,
been
that's
married
fun.
to a bigger idiot than you. in life.
Whoa!
Then you know how it's done.
Trina doing mem tests. I know, right? Hey, Starbuck Tech. Welcome. Okay, so here's the funny part. I had a floppy drive that I wanted to test. This is why we just did all that. And it's literally gone poof.
It
Like-
was in the stack of stuff that was on top of the other motherboard that you put down on the table at the
Oh, I
beginning of the
know.
stream.
Oh, I know. And
I'm just going on my mum saying, "Where did you have it last?" You know.
I know. I just seriously, it's not sitting on top of the stack with. For fuck's sakes.
You did separate
What
it. I
are
think,
we
from
talking
this.
about? Someone's dignity?
No, my drive, and I'm not sitting on it.
Yeah, I've lost all my drive too.
Well, poop.
Lily, they have a pill for that now.
Not that drive. Especially
Well-
not for women.
Well, damn it, all to hell. I've literally lost that one power supply, or the floppy disk drive. Thankfully, I'm still doing mem tests, so I have some time to like swear and curse and figure it out.
Mark disappeared. I had a question for him.
Oh, did he? Oh, he did disappear. Okay, have a great one, Rudy.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, you can add him. Right.
Mark, I need your help.
Yes.
I need some software to
Let's
run
check
on this
that.
thing that didn't come with it. Like anything on the
An
Sun.
Ultra 5.
Yeah, I want like I have a vision where I've got a PC from the era, a high-spec PC from the era. I've got a Power Mac G3 that has a very similar clock speed CPU from the same era. And I've got this thing. There's Photoshop for all three. And I want to see how this does at Photoshop compared to, I'm sorry for the fireworks, it's automatic. I want to see how it benchmarks with much cheaper contemporary.
What was in your lunch? Checking.
Hmm?
What was in your lunch? Checking.
I was eating waffles.
Spicy waffles, by the looks of it. So, yeah, I don't know where you.
See, there's no Macintosh Garden for like Sun software, especially like that runs on Spark.
Just trying
I
to think
can
if
do this.
Sun Health still have any resources for it. The problem with some stuff is that it's all a bit up in the air in terms of licensing.
Well, I mean, licensing doesn't matter. I'm gonna be pirating it.
It matters if you're trying to find something to run on it.
The thing with like the way that I want to use this machine is like all like Sun mostly use like all of the surviving software that's out there is used for servers. I'm trying to come up with as many different stupid reactions as I can. It's making Lily fall through the floor. But so I've been looking for, there we go, software, but it's all like server stuff. And
Yeah.
there's no workstation software around. Like if
Gut
I could
bomb.
find a version of AutoCAD.
Gut bomb.
Yes.
Can I just interrupt for a quick sec? I need to go do another stream, so I'm going to be right back. Just if anybody comes in or anything, just know I'm not here.
Trina has diarrhea.
No, not that kind of stream. Be right back.
Yeah, very appropriate error sound.
No, what I'm looking for is like Photoshop, AutoCAD. I don't know if
Yeah.
they ever came out with the 3D Studio Max for Spark, or if that was Windows only.
I mean, the stuff definitely exists, but I never really found any repositories for it, and there isn't really anywhere.
I don't want to buy a boxed copy of Photoshop 4 for Spark on eBay.
You're damn right you don't. Your wallet wouldn't recover for about a year. If you could even find one. I imagine they're not the easiest thing to find.
Yeah, I just searched for Photoshop Spark and not finding anything. So I'm going to do Photoshop Sun and see if that makes a difference. Nope, that got me a bunch of makeup. Photoshop Solaris. Oh, a boxed copy of GIMP. Thank you. Yeah, that's what I want.
You know,
I mean,
it's new. I wouldn't be surprised if you had a GIMP boxed up somewhere.
I'm the GIMP that gets boxed up. Jean-Francois Parr. It's Solaris 8. Specifically January 2003, but I don't think that matters too much.
I'm stumped because I don't really know.
Yeah, I want to use this as a workstation since it's a workstation.
Yeah, because that's kind of what it was designed for. This is really the problem I ran into with Sun stuff as well. Is that there's a lot of stuff out there for Sun and for Solaris generally, but it's nearly all servers, database servers, web servers, all that kind of stuff. And there's not really anything around as a repository of the actual old software for it.
I might just download GIMP.
I mean, if you could get it to run on all, it would be a...
Well, there'd be old versions of it that would run on, like I could download a contemporary version for Windows, Mac. I don't know if there was a version for Mac back then. I know there was for Windows and Solaris.
The only problem I found with open source software for alternative processor platforms is it's often not very well optimized.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've run stuff under PowerPC Linux on a 2 gigahertz Power 5 processor that ran slower than it did on Windows on an equal clock speed processor, which is like, something's not right there. So, yeah, it's a bit tricky. Just wondering if... The Sun community I used to belong to was sunhelp.org, which I'm still on some of their mailing lists, but they were very much business oriented and very much above board in terms of licensing and stuff, so they would sort of...
That's boring. It's 2025. No one's losing money if I use an old copy of Photoshop.
Yeah, but this was 20 years ago, and half the people that were on the list worked for Sun, and the other half worked for people who supplied Sun products. So it was like, yeah. I don't. Yeah, I'd have to have a look. There might be somebody in the workstation section on Tinkerdiff who might have an idea, because there's a few people on there with Suns. But other than that, I don't know what to suggest.
I just want to play SimCity on this stupid thing.
I'm back. So memtest has passed.
Yay.
And I did find the optical, or the optical drive, the floppy drive.
Yeah.
So it was somehow on the floor.
That probably fell on the floor the same time as the speaker, right?
Can you make that big for a minute?
Make what? Oh, yeah. So while you guys are making that big, I'm going to connect the floppy drive.
What did you do?
Okay, that's way blurrier than... Yeah.
Okay, power. Okay, so we're going to put in the floppy disk. Okay.
Oh,
What does the error say?
somebody just sent me a message on Mastodon. Someone that is watching the stream and sent me a link.
Haha.
And there's a version of Photoshop 3 for Solaris.
Okay, so I now have a floppy. The floppy drive is now connected. I put the disk in that we just finished putting the image of the 6.22. So we're going to boot this up.
Ooh, there's a bunch of stuff in here. Soft Windows. Yes.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know why it's not beeping though. Weird. Anyway, that's okay. It boots up.
Thank you,
And then it
Jean-Francois.
delete to enter setup. The delete key works. All right, so we're going to make sure that we have the floppy disk. Cool. It's seeing that we have a diskette A. We're going to turn the first device is floppy, so we're going to F10 and go yes.
Ah,
And we're going to let it see if it'll boot from floppy. I'm trying to see if I can hear it. Nope.
Ooh, Lotus 123 for Solaris.
Why isn't it booting? Oh, I think I got the cable in wrong because the light's staying on green.
yeah.
I might have the cable plugged
Classic.
in upside down. So let's take the cable out. And we're going to flip it upside down
Ooh.
to what I had it. But it won't go in. Huh. So I
Ooh,
had it in the right way.
Is it the right way at both ends? Because there's two ends on. Could have one the wrong way round.
Well, the nice part is this one's keyed, and so it's keyed on the board as well. So like I put the key in the keyway. Oh, maybe it will. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so I just flipped the cable around on the floppy end because
Yeah.
if you look here on the floppy drive, sorry, there's no like keyway on it. It's just an empty like a connector. So I might have just had it on backwards on the floppy because on the board itself, there's a
put it in
keyway.
backwards.
Yeah, so I know it's not the board side. That's why I like this cable. All right, so let's try it again. And we're just gonna. Okay. I'm just gonna press F1 to continue because it's set. Should be. Because there's no, I removed the disk from the optical drive, so there's nothing else for it to boot from besides the floppy. Hey, there we go. Yeah, I just had the cable in backwards. Because we're now starting MS-DOS.
you did it. You made a disk.
I did, and the drive worked.
You did a thing. Congratulations on your thing.
Because this is a drive that I got from the. Maybe it's gonna boot. It's stopped
Green on
thinking.
my blue screen is weird.
It's looking for a CD-ROM drive and it's not there, I suspect.
No, the CD-ROM is still plugged in. I didn't remove it.
Oh, maybe it was just configuring the CD-ROM drive.
There we go. So let's do a dir. Let's do a dir/p. So I got del tree, blah, blah, blah. Mem, undelete, delete.
Could you troubleshoot my blue screen I've got there?
Yeah, just one sec. Cool. We even got QBasic help. Ta-da! It works. All right, let's help Lily out, shall we? What's going on with your blue screen? So what does it say at the bottom?
Trina,
It's like
read the big text.
we're collecting. Yeah,
Keep reading it.
we'll restart gut bomb for you. Oh,
Can't you read the bottom text there?
It's a little blurry.
Chunky.
yeah.
A mode exception gut bomb fucked up.
So hey, we successfully made a DR disk boot floppy. So yay. Okay, so I'm going to remove the floppy drive because that's been successfully tested.
Mark, real player for Solaris is on this website.
No way. Staggered.
Okay, so that's.
I mean, I know it existed, but wow.
All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I have underneath the hard drive here, we're going to put that off to the side and not drop it on the floor. I have 3 beige ta-da, IDE optical drives. So we are going to remove this black one that I know works. I've also removed the CD out of it. And we're going to try to.
I have not seen those. Sounds cool though.
And hi, Mike's Future Retro. I meant to say hi earlier and then got distracted. I blame gut bomb. So
I did nothing.
I blame gut bomb. All the same. So let's plug in. We're going to plug in the first one. That's SATA. That's not going to power up an IDE. Optical drive. All right. Turn it on. Power it up. There is an easier way to test these, but can at least test if it reads as well. Okay. Does it eject? It does eject. Oh my goodness gracious.
Please clean it.
So we're going to put the Ultimate Boot CD in it. Oh, shoot. It wasn't in there right. Okay. And we're going to try, I'm just going to continue. F1, you can't see what I'm doing. Here's the screen. So we're going to see if it'll read, because there's only one thing to boot from. Hey, look at that. So that one tested fine.
I would do some, at least, testing of some sort from the CD-ROM, because sometimes they'll like read a little bit and then go, fall over backwards.
I'm just going to let it say it worked. Oh, shoot. I forgot to take CD out. Stupid me.
Trina, I just sent you something on Discord.
Okay, bear with me one sec. I'm going to reboot this. I'm going to follow Mark's instructions. We're going to try to run memtest again, just to see if it'll continue to read.
Memtest's probably not a great test, actually, because it doesn't load very much.
Well,
Like,
all these don't load very
hard
much.
disk drive test?
Yeah,
Microsoft Internet Explorer 5 for Solaris.
Yeah, I know. I've seen Internet Explorer 5 for Unix. It's a thing of horror and beauty all at the same time.
Yeah, I tried to make it work on. I made a video about installing a whole bunch of OSs on my PC using a Blue SCSI, and Solaris was one of them. But these are only for Spark.
Yeah.
I'm going to try again.
all right, it loaded. It went into two different directories, so I'm going to say it reads. We're going to call it a win.
All right.
Okay. I'm going to call that a win. I'm waiting for the light to go off on the board. There we go. So, ta-da, we're going to disconnect this one. Put it off to the side. It's working with that. I don't know what I did. Oh, I know what I did. Okay. And we're going to connect This one here, it's a code DVR-109.
That looks exceedingly cheap and cheerful.
Yeah, right. We're gonna see if it works. Do-do-do-do.
The IE5 for Solaris includes Outlook Express.
Yep.
That's so goofy.
Okay, let's turn this one on.
What? What? Oh. What?
Okay, let's see. Will this? What do we think? Will this eject?
Oh, by
Oh
the
my
way,
God,
I
it
just
ejects.
remembered. I had an English school textbook that tried to be hip and fresh, and so showed screenshots of web pages or imagined web pages. And the windows that they used for it were of Internet Explorer for macOS.
There was a short
Some
period there.
blue aqua type stuff.
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah.
say, because it looked
There-
trendier, because it had the icon.
There was a period of time there where Internet Explorer was the default browser in Mac OS. It was right after Steve Jobs came back.
Yeah, because
And it had that Aqua interface before anything else. Like for the OS 9 version.
It was
All
a
right.
sort of blue turquoise.
Yep.
Yep.
It was like blueberry coloured interface. It was weird.
Why isn't this?
We used to have this thing in our when I was a student. I lived with 3 guys who all had Macs, and I had a Mac as well. Eventually, and one of the guys I lived with, he was a dyed-in-the-wool Apple guy. He'd been using Mac since 1900 and frozen stiff, and every so often he'd be sitting using Mac OS. He'd be browsing something on the web, and every so often you'd hear this sort of strained voice going, "God damn it, Internet Explorer's exploded!"
All right, so we're gonna test the last one. I'm just connecting it up now.
It's so loud.
I know. All
That's why I
right.
use it sparingly. Called having restraint got them.
Oh, I watched the last stream and you had no restraint last time.
No one said something about the last.
Hey, this one also ejects. These are like, I'm surprised at this point they're even ejecting. So we're gonna put the drive in. We're gonna put the disk in. We're gonna press F1 to continue. See if it'll read.
The one thing out of that basket case red and black thing that I bought that wasn't dead was the USB 2 card. Nice.
Okay, this is reading really slow, but it's reading. Okay, cool. So, Mark,
Yes.
I'm going to follow your instruction. So,
I gave you instructions.
we're going to test this 10 gigabyte drive.
Oh no.
Oh, yes. And it's also IDE.
So you plan on streaming right through Dave's stream tomorrow then?
No, it didn't take that long.
Yeah, I've got things to do, you know.
Other people to play sound effects. Huh?
Yeah, right. I'm going to have to find somebody else to play sound effects. What? Okay.
I can do a
So,
lot of
I
farts if
haven't
you
had
want.
my daily portion of 2 liters of chocolate milk yet. Oh,
Ooh, I love chocolate milk.
on that.
now I
2
want
liters
chocolate
is a
milk.
lot though.
I want a
Yeah,
chocolate milk.
it's kind of my hack for actually gaining weight instead of being stuck at being underweight. And it worked. And I have a diet of diabetes yet, so
Diet of diabetes.
Chocolate
right.
milk and KFC. That's my diet.
Oh, jeez. You guys are just trying to drive my sugars up through the roof, aren't you, by talking? All right, so I got the hard drive. We got the optical drive. We're gonna power this up.
You can do it,
Very
Trina. I
short
believe in
fuse.
you.
We're going to get into the BIOS because I got to turn off a few things, and there we go. I got a beep this time. Sweet. And I just got a notification on Discord, Lily, on my phone. That's hilarious.
Okay,
Delete. All right, so enter. We're going to disable the floppy drive because there is none. We're going to go over to boot. We're going to change this to CD-ROM. Enter, and then we're going to F10. The keyboard seems to be working, by the way. This is impressive. And then, eventually, so this optical drive does seem to be taking, oh no, it went fine that time. Okay, let's do a hard drive. What are you, by the way, honey? You're an IBM. Do I have an IBM? I do. I have a drive fitness for IBM/Hitachi. We're going to run that because it's an IBM drive. I only need ATA support. Don't need SCSI. I agree. I think it's A. Come on. It's going to go through the detecting.
Apparently it was Wilford Brimley who coined the meme, diabetes.
I love Wilford Brimley. He's unfortunately dead now.
Probably the
Eventually,
diabetes.
oh. It's trying to detect all the IDE thingamadoodles. Secondary master, there is none. Stop it. It seems I want to kind of hover at that for a bit. Anytime. There's none. There we go. So it is a quantum fireball fireball P LM 10.11 gigabytes. Is this correct? So we're going to press Y for yes. And we're going to first do a quick test. Then we're going to start disabling most support. Oh no! Look, it's not mem test. What am I testing? It's crazy. It's not mem test. So yes, this stream is going to be like the Coco Nation live stream where it's just going to run for 24 hours. All right. Hey, look at that. It passed the short test. Sweet.
It has not got a disposition.
All right, so let's do the advanced test. And start. And it's going to disable most support. And now we sit here and watch that. Hi, folks. Are we having fun yet?
It makes a change from mem test.
It does.
I need to change the desktop background on this computer to my favorite snow leopard backdrop.
I love the snow leopard background.
Boop! Grumpy snap.
Oh, I mean the default one for snow leopard. I like that one.
I prefer this one because it's cute.
Let's make it big because it's a cat.
Grumpy
Look at
snappard.
Look at the grumpy kitty. What time do we? Oh my God, it's 11 o'clock. Okay, I gotta soon wrap this up. We're gonna see how long this takes to do the drive test, and then I'll probably delete it off stream. But we'll
You've got
see if it.
fired.
Who said that? Oh, is that Lily having fun with sounds? I'm looking, going, wait, I don't. It sounded like Gut Bomb for a second, and I'm like, wait, he's not on the stream. Mark, what the heck did you put in front of the camera? It's an elephant.
Yep.
Okay.
They're all traumatized people with stuffies and stuff.
I sleep with a stuffed animal. I sleep with a chubby unicorn. Although lately, Opie's been curled up beside me when I go to sleep. So how goes the work socket winch?
I'm working on the gantry. I was getting the two joints together for this. Fortunately, the
Cool.
bearings from the original printer are actually in pretty good shape. They spin very freely and very smoothly. Although, these little shims that they gave me, I think they cheaped out on the pack that I got because they kind of look like washers instead of shims. But it will probably be fine. Probably. Hopefully I didn't get this one backwards. Sometimes I do. No, actually, those are opposite. Okay, that should be right, I think. So this just needs to go onto the gantry, which is the middle part. This thing is so freaking tiny. Like, this screw here. I have a microscope pointed at this screw because this is a 2.5 millimeter screw.
It's so
small.
It is tiny.
But once
It's
I
like
get the
laptop
gantry
size
on
screws.
there, I can actually belt the thing up and actually get most of the motion system put together. And that's going to
Nice.
get us this close to actually having the entire printer ready to just put the electronics in. So we're getting there.
You remember yesterday when I was so happy that I got things cleaned up? Yeah.
Now it's a mess
About that.
again.
Now it's a mess again.
Don't eat it, Gut Bomb. Oh, it's an Oreo. I thought that was a piece of electronics.
You should have went with it. Like, put wires in it and stuff. Really play it up to the electronics part.
This SCSI cable looks delicious.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Jean-Francois, have a good day.
Thank you again for the pirated software, Francois.
No, Jean-Francois, the different person.
I know.
Oh, okay. It's CDI. Hey, you. So before the stream started, CDI mentioned that he had to take his puppy dog to the Emerge vet. How is your pup doing, CDI? Hopefully everything is okay with the puppy. Pup is doing better. Yay, glad to hear.
That's good news.
Yeah. Eating again. Good. But did the pup have a something wrong where she wasn't eating? Like a blockage or something that would stop the puppy from eating? As you can tell, I am not a doctor or a vet.
Veterinarian.
Or a vet tech. you doing, bud? Yeah, all kinds of things. She said not even 5 pounds. That is concerned about back. Oh no. Sorry to hear. She is not even 5 pounds, but is concerned about back. Sorry to hear. Hopefully she's able to get on the mend soon.
I'm back.
Small issues are amplified. Yeah, I can imagine.
I just realized that I was wearing the same shirt that I was wearing yesterday, so I had to change my shirt. But I was not wearing socks before. Now I feel comfortable showing feet. Look at these socks.
Mushroom socks. Love it.
Underestimate the gravity.
Those are great socks.
I always wear fun socks, and these mushrooms are great. I inspired a whole bunch of people in our community to go buy some Windows 95 socks.
I was wearing mine the other day, actually. And the funny part is I had somebody come by. Oh, that's right. It was the person that came and bought the iMac from me. I sold both iMacs this week that I got from the Junk Independence Day. But I had to wait till I sold one until I could list the other because it's the same computer. So the labels would be like the titles would be the same. And unfortunately, the websites that I post them to would see it as a duplicate and just take them down. So I had to sell one before I could sell the other. But yeah, when I sold the second one, I had the Win95 socks on. He said, "You should get one with Apple for 1 foot and then Windows for the other." And I said, "Yeah, but my feet will blue screen."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or they'll just stab each other.
Yeah.
Get like an Atari ST socks and Amiga socks and mix those, and your feet will never get along again.
There you go.
If you have Windows and Mac socks, then they sit there and go, "Hi, I'm a Mac, and I'm a PC."
Oh God! Oh my God! I should totally do that, but just like video my feet.
Yeah, take the audio and just bounce
Trina.
it.
Yeah,
Over
exactly.
your feet, you're just wiggling back.
Trina, it's absolutely imperative that this is the content on your OnlyFans.
That's hilarious. So yeah, so it's just doing a smart self-test right now.
Hey, Dave.
I don't know how long. I don't know how long.
This is for you, Dave.
So you can I like that. David Starbucks said get Gentoo Linux socks.
Gen 2.
Is it Gentoo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that! Guess what? The drive tested fine. Woohoo!
Congratulations.
So I'm gonna.
It
at
still
this
doesn't
point,
have a disposition.
I'm just gonna leave that up for now. I'm gonna change cameras because I don't want to. I can just reboot the computer later. So yeah, I'm gonna delete the drive, but we're not gonna do that on stream because, wow, I've been going for 2 hours.
Hey, Trina, what's that orange thing on your refrigerator?
That orange thing back there. If I can figure
That
out how to
one.
point.
That thing right there. What is that?
It's a gut bomb.
Maybe you should go get it and show it off.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't feel like getting up.
You can get those at jcm1-jcm-1.com. No, damn, wrong site. Sorry.
You actually can.
Can you?
Can you?
Yeah, but
Really?
they come with the SE mini case that I designed.
Oh.
That's been renamed, by the way. It's been renamed to the Cat Mac Mini because we're coming out with another version that is for the Mac Plus and the 128 and 512, and then soon after that for the Classic. So it didn't make sense to call it the SE Mini anymore. So
Did you want to?
Cat Mac Mini SE?
Did you want to show off that case, Gutbum? Do you have?
It's like buried back there, so I can't show it off.
Oh, but go get the magnet off your fridge, Tina.
Yeah, you can go like that I'd have to like lift up an iMac.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, yeah, you're fine.
Yes.
Is
Make
that
a panel
case the one that
resolution.
takes the motherboard without the CRT? Oh, cool. I might need one of those. I'm about to build an SE30 with no CRT.
Okay, the SE30, there are some compromises that you have to make. It will fit because it has the same mounting profile as an SE. However, the RAM on an SE is slanty and it's at the front of the board. The RAM on the
Yeah.
SE30 is vertical.
Vertical is at
So
the back. Yeah.
Well, it's not at the back, it's still at the front, but it's like front left. So we have, and the ROM also is on a SIM, which sticks up. So there are two little mounting plates that go inside the case, one for a blue SCSI internal and one for a floppy drive. If you don't care about having internal drives in it, then go nuts. SE30 will work fine. But if you want to have, like, especially an internal floppy, you just can't use the internal floppy with it. And if you want an internal blue SCSI, the little bracket needs to be chopped up with some cutters or whatever to get it to fit around the RAM.
Okay. Noted. Thank you.
All right.
Cool.
On that note, I want to thank everybody for coming out to the stream today and watching this stupidly early stream, which I'm still not fully awake for, but we made it through. And you got mem test twice, because the first time it kind of...
This is what I say to the mem test. Come on, do the thing. Maybe
I
it'll
think
do
you can need both thumbs.
No, it's just not doing it. I did too many.
So,
Wait, who muted me just now? Bit rude.
I didn't mute you.
I didn't mute
There's
you.
only two of us that can mute you, and I didn't mute you.
No, I only mute Trina.
Yeah, I can't prove that it wasn't you, but also I don't believe you. Make of that what you will.
So I want to thank everybody for watching, for joining me on the stream. Thank you, Mark, Lily, Gutbum, and Socket Winch. Thank you, everybody. And thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Check out trina's.tech.com. You can find links to all my online social presence, including my coffee account, if you can afford it. Heatsink isn't cheap. Please make a donation. It'd be greatly appreciated. And on that note, I want to thank everybody. Have a great day. And don't forget, Big Bad Biologist, Big Bad Bench will be streaming. He's working on like 3 or 4 different computers from the description that I read earlier. Go check it out. It'll be probably jank filled more than mine. So
I'll be
go
streaming
watch.
tonight too on my OnlyFans. It's half price, so
It's half price.
Half price for everything off.
Oh. On that note, I'm going to end this stream before it gets any worse. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.